Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Also featured on The Roar on 99.1, 93.5, and 94.7 HD2. Good morning, everybody. We got a new crew in the studio today.
Can we get a round of applause for Terry Foster, please? Everybody.
You know what? I almost walked out this morning. I got called a bitch as soon as I walked in here, and it wasn't from Adham.
I'm innocent.
No, Maddy, who I always say, oh, she's such a nice young lady. She comes in, hey, bitches. I'm like, man.
The exact words were, what's up, bitches?
It's a great start to the morning.
I know. I was just like, damn, am I in the right spot?
No, you are.
You are, exactly.
Want to make sure.
This is definitely the right place.
All right. Well, good morning. I'm happy to be here.
Yes.
And I have some goals.
All right.
I have some goofy goals since I'm going to be here. One of my goals is to make Maddy laugh 15 to 20 times a show.
Well, that's really not that hard.
Okay, how about 50 then?
Whoa.
Okay, that's aggressive, but we're here for it.
Okay, all right. Because, fun is the whole thing. If you can't have fun, then get the hell out of here.
Okay,
Stay
I'm here
out,
for it.
Get out. Leave.
Stay
That's
out.
right. Smile and get out of here.
Yeah, one of these days I want to shank fish. That's my goal. But,
Yeah, I know, man.
There's jail time
been
associated,
waiting.
so.
Fish is such a nice young man.
Terry, can I get arrested for threatening people live on air? Is that a thing?
I think you can't if he presses charges. For instance, Chris Rock did not press charges,
He
so
did
Will
not.
Smith is running around free. So if he presses charges against you, I think you put your ass in jail.
All right, fair enough. Well, Terry, let's kick it off. It was quite the weekend. We're going to look into the future a little bit. All right?
All right.
Which of the 4 Detroit sports teams are, I would say, most on track? And to build on that, I would like to know why, Terry, you believe 2 of them are championship bound.
Yeah, here's my philosophy. There's 4 teams that are all in rebuilds. Of course, the Lions are in a perennial rebuild. But I think at the end of the day, sports fans probably think all of their favorite teams are going to win a championship when it's done. But that's not the way it goes. So my prediction is that 2 of the 4 teams are going to end up with the championship. And I think it's going to be the Red Wings and the Pistons. Everybody's in LCA. Eventually, with this group of players, will win a championship. Now, let's say the Tigers win a World Series and Torkelson and Riley Green and everybody have already retired. That doesn't count because that would have been another rebuild. I'm talking about the guys that they're rebuilding with now. I think 2 of those teams, Tigers, not Tigers, but Pistons, Red Wings, championship.
Why are you so confident in the Pistons?
Because I think the pedigree has already been laid down, that there's expectations with the Pistons. I believe in Troy Weaver. You guys, every day, Cade Cunningham, he's the rookie of the year. Well, then he has to progress into what I think he's going to become. I think Cade Cunningham is going to become a mini Magic Johnson.
Ooh.
In other words, guys who are a 14-point-a-game scorer will become 16 or 17-point-a-game scorers because of him. You have the guy that you want to build a team around with the Pistons, and you have Troy Weaver, who I think is going to be able to facilitate that. And I believe in Steve Yzerman, too.
The belief in Steve Yzerman is a thing, but I do believe in the Tigers with A.J. Hinch. I think he's the best manager in baseball, Terry.
He is, but there's one caveat with the Tigers that I'm not quite sure of. It's the owner, Chris Ilitch. I do believe Chris Ilitch spent money this offseason. He got Javi Baez, he got Rodriguez. But my fear is that the Tigers are going to put themselves in contention where they're going to be one of those teams that, boy, if you get this one piece, you're going to go to the World Series. But that piece sure is damn expensive. And I think my man might go, I don't know about that. I don't want to spend this. That's my hesitation with the Tigers. Could be wrong because Chris Ilitch is doing a little bit more than many of us expected. But I just think when it's time to push over, which is really stupid because here's the thing. If I own the Red Wings, if I own the Lions, if I own the Pistons, I might be inclined to save a couple bucks. But with the Tigers, hell no. The Tigers, if you put a competitive team out there, guess what happens? All us jerks are out there getting beers, getting hot dogs. We're filling that ballpark. It makes no sense to skimp on money at Comerica Park. Now, if you got a BS team out there, we're staying home. So I think it makes sense for the Tigers to, whatever it takes, by any means necessary, get that competitive teams, because we will pack Comerica Park.
I think the point you brought up earlier, Terry, there's been an expectation. I've seen the Detroit Tigers win a World Series. Granted in '84, but still 06.
Were you alive then?
No, I wasn't, but
all right.
The highlights do wonders, Terry.
Okay. Was I the only one live for the '84 Tigers?
Yeah,
okay.
in this room, yeah. Yeah.
I guess
Sorry,
I have
Terry.
to tell you how it was then.
Well, I mean, I was old enough to watch 06. That was bad. And then obviously the Giants lost. That was pretty bad too. For some reason, the Tigers always get their ass kicked in the World Series. But whatever. Move past them.
You know why they got their ass kicked?
I mean.
Because, no. Because they it was real snowy and it was cold. And they had to practice at Ford Field. So they were jinxed. So they were done. I'm not laughing. It's true.
Greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Okay, there's one.
Oh, God. Terry, there's one team. I think that makes sense. Cade Cunningham, the Detroit Pistons. When you have a superstar, Terry, in the NBA, I mean, you can win. I brought this up a few weeks ago. I said I believe Cade Cunningham can be every bit as important as Isaiah Thomas was for the Detroit Pistons, as a facilitator, as a leader of a team. I think the difference is Isaiah built Detroit, at least that franchise. It's a little bit different.
He did more than that. Isaiah Thomas not only built it, or helped build it, because I got to give credit to Chuck Daly and Jack McCloskey, but he brought the championship mentality to the Pistons. The Pistons, to me, were not a team that cared about winning championships. Of course, you always want to win a title. You always talk about it. But are you willing to do the extra steps to become a championship team? The Pistons were not there because, I mean, they had Dave Bing, they had Bob Lanier. That's some pretty good players, and they never came close to winning anything. But Isaiah Thomas came in with the mindset, I'm not here to be your friend. I'm not here to win ball games. I'm here to win championships. And normally what I've found by covering pro athletes, they get that mentality when they're 27 years old. Isaiah Thomas came here at age 20, like, no, we are here to win it all. Screw Boston. I don't give a damn about the Lakers. The hell with the Atlanta Hawks and all these other teams. We're here to sit on top of it. So that mentality of winning championships is here. Joe Dumars carried that over for 2004. And so even though I think Tom Gores is a goofy owner, and he's not a guy that I think is really winning championships is not his top priority. He's throwing T-shirts and having fun and, hanging out. But that fabric of wanting to win is within the Pistons organization. I think that's going to help Cade Cunningham.
And, Terry, there's one team we haven't mentioned, which for 58 years
I know it is. Your Detroit Lions.
Has never been involved with or associated with winning. Where do you see the Detroit Lions going in the near future with Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes? I'm not quite sure how you feel about Brad. In this room, he's definitely got supporters in the room.
I'm another Brad Holmes supporter.
I think the most competent GM they've had, I want to say, since the mid-'80s, early '90s with Schmidt.
No, he's more competent than him.
Well, that's pretty bad. Well, I mean, that's the Lions' history, though, Terry.
It is, but here's why I don't think the Lions are going to end up in the championship. First of all, winning the Super Bowl is very difficult. But for the first time in Lions history under the Fords, they're hiring somebody, not because he's a buddy, not because we like him. It's because we did a national search and found what we consider to be the best guy. I don't think when you do that for the first time, it's necessarily going to end up in a championship. Now, they may win a playoff game or two, They may scare Green Bay here and there, but I just don't think it's going to end up in a championship because this is the first time ever they've said, you know what, we're going to do a national search and we're not going to hire our buddies. We're not going to go the Patriots way. We're not going to do something that's already been done. We're doing it our way with our people, and bam, that's what we're doing. So they're doing it
confident
for
in what's going on right now? Are you confident in what's going on?
Yes. Super Bowl confident? No. But being competitive, being competent, being a threat.
Not
confident.
drafting Ass Tarber in the first round?
Well,
Second round?
if they don't draft Eric Ebron with the number 2 pick this year, then I have.
All right.
I
We're getting
confidence in
places,
him.
Terry. We're getting places this morning.
Who's the best tight end, by the way, in the draft this year?
The best tight end in the draft? God, off the top of my head, I can't think of one, to be honest.
Well,
with you.
don't worry yourself. It's my point is, if they don't select whoever that guy is
They're
at
in
number
business.
2, then I have more confidence in him.
All right, fair enough. So you said the Wings and the Pistons.
That's my 2 choices.
What if I told you 6 to 8 months from now?
Oh, you're gonna throw a caveat in here?
Oh, yeah, big time. The Red Wings head coach is Igor Larionov or Sergei Fedorov? How do you feel about that?
I don't. Well, I know Sergey is, but no, both of them are coaching, but they're way overseas doing that. I don't know what to think about that because, to me, when I'm selecting my NHL coach, and this might be wrong, I like one of those guys from Canada who says organization. That's my guy.
We don't like Canada here.
Yeah, not fan of
Speak for
Canadians.
yourself.
You don't like Canada?
No.
Oh,
These
well,
people
hell, I got a
don't.
Canadian story for you later, sister.
Oh, great,
Yeah, I'm not a-
Foster.
Yeah, not
We
a
don't
fan.
like
All the
Ohio.
Canadian
Why,
stories.
why,
We don't
why
like
are we mad at
Canada.
Canada?
I'm not.
Canadians.
These
We
people
just
are
don't like them.
idiots.
Because they booed the national anthem?
There's like I don't even know that we have a real reason. We just hate Canada and Ohio.
Now, when you were a real youngster, you didn't go over to Windsor and party?
No, I actually have never been. I've been to
shoot.
Niagara Falls, but that's it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Canadians, but look,
Yeah.
I brought up the Red Wings coach search because next we're going to talk
Wait
about.
a minute. You haven't been to the ballet?
No,
Ballet?
The Windsor Ballet?
Yeah, it's,
No.
No.
That's the Tay bars.
Yeah, I
in
figured it
Windsor.
was that direction.
my dad has.
Okay. He likes Canada then.
Yeah, my dad's a big fan of Canada. I'm not though. I've lost respect for this Canada. You have to understand, Terry. The Canada I grew up with, a bunch of bitches. The Canada my dad grew up with, great time, party city. Go down to Windsor, have a good time. Drive
I've
up to
never been
Ontario.
Windsor. Should we go to Windsor?
Yeah, we could.
Okay.
I like Canada. I like going to Toronto.
I love that for you.
I had a great time in Vancouver.
Ooh.
In fact, you know where I want to go in Canada?
Hamilton?
Huh?
Hamilton?
No. I've been to Hamilton.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Ooh.
As they call it, Calgary or Calgary. I was in Vegas one time and I just got a Traeger grill. So I was smoking everything. Smoking ribs, smoking prime rib. And I got into this great conversation with a guy from Calgary. So I figured since he's from Calgary and they have stampedes and
They do.
he'd have some fancy, or he would smoke his meat in the ground. You know what he told me? He said, I got a Traeger grill too. And I'm like, damn. So we talked about recipes like 2 old ladies for like 3 hours in the bar.
Wow.
If I was the president, I'd declare war on Canada.
But they don't do anything.
That's why.
Exactly.
Someone's
Tell
gotta
Terry.
handle.
Exactly. They don't do anything.
I know, but
They're a waste
but
of
it's so
land.
cold there. They're like, we're too
Waste.
cold to mess with anybody.
Well, anyways, we're excited to have Terry with us this morning and for, the rest of the time. But we do have to go to break. Before we go, can you please tell me about MyBookie, Adam?
MyBookie, guys, the premier sportsbook outlet. We got the national championship game tonight. And if you were an idiot like me and you bet on UConn women,
You did not.
yep, that hurts.
Yikes.
It hurts, but guys, MyBookie, bet from anywhere, anytime using MyBookie. Sign up today using code Woodward, and as always, they'll match your first deposit. Take advantage of the free money and bet on the national title game tonight. You got Kansas, North Carolina, going to be a hell of a game. And as always, please, if you suck at gambling or you have a problem, call 1-800-270-7117.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risks, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Big Boy is not where you would originally think to get seafood from, but the Seafood Festival is coming to Big Boy, and it includes a Friday night seafood buffet. It's going until April 24th. Catch it while you can. They've got fish and chips, fish fry, popcorn shrimp, and pike perch. And they're also featuring a new fish sandwich. It's available at all participating locations, so make sure to head to Big Boy for the Seafood Fest.
You got me hooked.
I've done it.
One of these days, Fisher, I'm just going to bitch smack you. It's all good. I still love you, buddy.
I told you I've been waiting for like a year.
I know.
All you have to do is slap him and then apologize.
Yeah, I just got to do it
You're
off
good.
camera.
Oh, no, we don't apologize around here.
No evidence. Yeah, no apologies at all.
Will Smith apologized.
Well, it took
Did
him
he?
a little
He
while
did.
too.
Well, he
took him a
didn't
little
to
while,
his face.
He
but-
should apologize for himself for letting all those guys in his wife's mouth. But anyways,
Oh, my.
Bam.
should the Detroit Red Wings fire Jeff Blashill? Not only should they, you believe they can't.
Yeah,
Why?
the Red Wings right now cannot fire. I mean, they could, but they can't. And here's what I mean by that. Steve Yzerman, when he brings his guy in, you got to do it at the right time. I believe this, that no matter who you have coaching the Wings, they're gonna get beaten out. And Steve Yzerman needs one more draft, one more year of free agency, one more year of finagling the roster for him to get a team that he's confident that can win. Because I think here's the fear. Let's say Steve Yzerman had already fired Blashill, and then he brought in his guy. He brought in his guy that he thinks could win a Stanley Cup. So he brings him in now, and the Wings are still giving up, maybe not 10 goals, but they're still giving up 6 goals or 7 goals, still getting their asses kicked. Then we, as a community, are going to say, hey, Steve, you made a mistake. Fire this buffoon and get somebody else. He doesn't want that. He wants his guy to come in and to build up to a championship. And I just think it's too soon for him to fire Blashill to bring his guy in, because this roster still has major problems that he's trying to get through. And what did Steve Yzerman say his first day? Patience. He says, I know you don't want to hear it. I don't want to say it, but you're going to have to be patient. And I think Steve Yzerman is a guy that is a very patient guy. He does things on his own terms, his own pace, and I don't think he wants to rush bringing in a guy. This is not about firing Jeff Blashill. It's about bringing in the right guy. And
Well,
you can't bring in the right guy right now.
Well, you're looking at next year, Terry. They have some young kids coming up from the minors that are going to want to play. You have some guys in the OHL, the AHL. They're going to be coming up. It's still going to be a relatively young team, and
Correct.
You set through free agency. The Wings are going to have a ton of cap space over the next 2 years, and I think next year, they made it 54 games into this year with a 500 record with this bum of a coach. It's pretty impressive. Having said that, they're 24-24-6 to start the season. They're 500. I'm of the belief with a second year player in Lucas Raymond, who I think is going to get you 35, 40 goals next year. A full season of Jakub Vrana, if healthy, 30, 40 goals possibly next season. Mo Seider going into year 2 takes more, of, I think, of a leadership role and could be your future captain. Depends if you keep Dylan Larkin, because who knows what they're going to do with him. They're going to have to pay him eventually. There's questions that I think are fair to ask, but this is a good hockey team, a young one. And if there's anybody that should keep the job while this team is growing and learning, I think it's Jeff Blashill. He's the ultimate punching bag. You can punch the hell out of him for another season.
Right.
And then you bring in your guy. I'm not opposed to
and
it.
And he's not going to fight. He's not going to fight when you're punching him. But right now, many in the community, and I understand it, want him fired. They had fired Jeff Blashill chance at their last home game. And I don't believe he's the right guy. So you're probably at home like, well, if you don't think he's the right guy, then why keep him? Because the timing isn't right to bring in the right guy. We in Detroit can ruin people just by screaming that they should be fired, that they're not the right person for the job. And sometimes you're caught in a situation where your roster is being built, and it doesn't matter who who coaches or manages, you're not going to have a great season. For instance, we are praising A.J. Hinch, and you know what? I'm on that bandwagon yet. But they didn't make the playoffs. They were still one of the bottom teams in Major League Baseball. He showed some promise. So I think with Blashill and with the condition of this team, I mean, you don't have an A.J. Hinch that's going to get 10 extra victories out of this team.
But do you need it? Do you need it? Because
no, you don't need it.
This is barely, what are they now? I mean, March was a disaster, but prior to March and losing 11 to 12 games, they lost way too many times. The point is, I think they can bring in a coach, Terry, next season and finish, let's say, 38, 42, and I don't know. I think they can win. Let's just say they win 34 games next year. Forget the overtime. Forget the losses. Let's say they win 34 to 38 games. That's not an awful year one for a guy that you're playing better hockey with. The defense looks better.
Right.
Young players are improving. The players are starting to grow on their coach, because I don't think a single player in that locker room likes Jeff Blashill at all right now. Okay. Going into year 2, when you bring in the free agents, you bring in more veterans, I think you're a Stanley Cup playoff team. Year 2 of the new coach, hell, I could argue next year you could be a playoff team with this team.
You could be a contender next year. And maybe the way I look at it is I would let Blashill complete this year. I'd bring him back next year. But you know what? He's on a short leash. If I hear any signs of mutiny in the locker room or people sulking because the coach made huge mistakes, if I see 12, 11, 10-goal games, your ass is out of here. But I'm willing to give him that extra chance because I'm not sure that at the beginning of next year you're going to have that team that's a playoff contender. Now, if they do become that, which you are correct, young man, it's my first time agreeing with you, and it hasn't been long, that team is going to be one that may get off to a shaky start, and then like in February, March, you're like, damn, I like coming to Red Wing games now. And that could be a team that builds up to a playoff contender. But I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but, maybe you bring that guy in mid-season.
I'm okay with that. I don't mind it at all. Terry, the last point I'll make about the Red Wings is you brought it up in the first segment. You believe in Steve Yzerman.
I do.
And if, let's say, he keeps him around next year, all of next season, belief changing, or you're like, you know what, that's his punching bag, he's going to keep him. Or if he fires him and he brings in his guy, what's the mindset going into next year? I think they're a playoff team next year, at least contending for one of the final playoff spots.
Okay, so you're asking if he keeps him the entire year, do I still have confidence in Steve Yzerman? What's the year look like?
Well, let's say similar to this year. They're kind of average. They're winning games somehow. They're 500, 40, 50 games into the year, and then they go in a rut.
All right. First of all, I don't consider them average. I would be shaken and stirred if he brings them back for the following season after duplicating this season next year. I would be shaken, and I'd be, Steve, what's up, bro? So yeah, but right now, he built a championship in Tampa. He's building something here. He's building from the net out, which if somebody felt they had to show us that they're a competent GM, first thing he would have done is he would have drafted some center or left winger, or some guy that's scoring 100 goals in one of those Ontario Hockey League federations. But he said, no, if you really want to build a championship team, you got to get defensemen, which he did with Mo Sider, because we were all, oh, my God, the Wings didn't get the number 1 pick, so Steve is screwed. He said, no, I'm not screwed. Just relax. He brought in his defenseman. He's got 2 goalies, who started out on fire, but now you're like, oh, shoot. But he still has that mentality. You build from the net out if you want to win a championship, which tells me 2 things. He knows how to build a winner, and 2, Steve Yzerman's got time. He doesn't feel any pressure from the Illages or the Red Wings or this community that he has to do something.
No, should he? I mean, he built that Tampa Bay Lightning team. So.
And I think this whole place loves Stevie Y. So we have nothing but faith in him.
Where's he from?
Where's he from?
Mm-hmm.
I actually have no idea.
Canada.
Well,
he's one of the acceptable Canadians.
I mean,
him and Darren McCarty. Like, they're the 2 I'll tolerate.
Yes. But
everyone else kick rocks.
Like Justin Bieber, stay out.
Sidney Crosby, stay out.
Drake, stay out.
Bunch of bitches.
I got nothing. Anyways, we need to go to break. But before we go, Adam, can you please tell us about Planet Fitness?
Yeah, guys, look. Unless you want to look like, I don't know, a Canadian.
Me?
Or me.
Just go to the gym. It's not complicated. Look, your fitness is essential. We talk about it every single day. Get started today, $0 down, $10 a month. Visit planetfitness.com or visit one of their many Metro Detroit locations. Don't be a bum. Don't sit on your ass and get to the gym. Planet Fitness, guys. Check them out.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Comerica Park. Sunshine. The crack of the bat. More sunshine, warmth. We're almost there, Detroit. Summer 2022 will be the summer of Woodward sports. We just gotta make it through this damn cold first.
Well, I know how I'm staying warm during this cold weather. I'm heading over to Chili Peppers Tanning and getting a nice tan on. Chili Peppers Tanning is where you find the cleanest salons in the D with spotless, sanitized rooms and trained, certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals on unlimited tanning. They'll even beat your competitors by $5. Don't forget, of course, to pick up Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Caltan, and Swedish Beauty Lotions. Chili Peppers Tanning is where you find the hottest bobs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans. All right, guys. Ooh. Detroit Lions.
Terry, the Lions sent 7 representatives to watch Kayvon Thibodeau's pro day.
Yes.
You know, this guy has been the #1 player for the longest time on the board right up until the season ended. Nobody really had an issue. And then you know what happens, Terry. Everybody's in their underwear. The scouts fall in love. They get a more clear picture of what's under the underwear. I get it.
But you know, it goes deeper with him. You're hearing character issues.
Yeah.
You hear because he likes Bitcoin, because he thinks for himself that how can you slide because you're smart? That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, in other words, what the NFL wants is, yes, coach, whatever you say, coach, this is what I will do. You got to have guys that are different than that. And Kayvon Thibodeau is different. Now, I talked to one of my NFL people over the weekend. He thinks he's still injured. And he says that, you know, you always have a guy examined thoroughly, but he says I would have him thoroughly examined because he thinks he's hiding an injury. Even though he did well at the combine, he ran, I think it was a 4.67. So he wants to see what he can do zigzagging. He wants to see him back on the field. But here's my thing with Thibodeau. I kept hearing how great this guy was. So I'd say, you know what? Saturday afternoon, I don't have anywhere to go. I'm going to watch Oregon play. This mug was always injured. You know, he had a bad foot, a bad knee, bad breath, bad everything. So I'm like, damn, is he reliable? And the Lions have a history of drafting guys who are injured because they say if they're healthy, they'd be great. But they never get healthy. And my fear is he could be one of those guys, even though I'd play the smartest room in the guy thing. I would take him at 2 because his upside is exactly what the Lions need. Now, back in the day, I would talk to NFL people, and even though everybody thinks I hate the Lions, I would ask them, what must the Lions do to be competent? And the one thing they always said is, you worry about those 3 other teams, and probably when I asked first, it was 4 other teams in that division because Tampa was there. You got to beat them. You got to make things uneasy for Aaron Rodgers. You have to make things uneasy for Kirk Cousins, although he makes things uneasy for himself. And they said that the one thing that no one fears about the Lions is their edge rusher. Yes, they've had some now and then, but this is a team that had Pat Swilling. The Lions are finally going to get an edge rusher, and he's going to put pressure on the quarterback and be an asshole on the field. Do you know what they asked that man to do? Zone blitz. In other words, what you do best, we're taking you out of that, and we're going to have you cover a running back coming out of the backfield. My fear with Thibodeau is injury, one, but I think the other thing is, you know, I keep hearing he's not a Dan Campbell guy. What's a Dan Campbell guy?
Bite kneecaps.
Okay, you don't think he'll bite a kneecap if motivated? Because, you know, suppose this guy has a low motor sometimes. Okay, fine. But if you're in an atmosphere where everybody's motivated, stimulated, and don't want to be humiliated, then Thibodeau or anybody else could thrive in this system if Dan Campbell is the real deal. So I don't fear the low motor thing on certain plays. I know this. The Lions need an edge, and I'm going to say plural, need edge rushers. You can't have the opposing quarterback patting the ball looking like, damn, where am I going to go? You need to put the heat on him, and I think Thibodeau's the guy that can do that if he stays healthy.
Look, I mean, Terry, I agree, and my biggest fear is that they don't take an edge rusher at number 2, and they go with the safety. They go in a different direction. Now, if it's a quarterback, I'm willing to live with it because it's a quarterback-driven league. If that's your guy, full send.
Okay, but what do they say about this year's quarterbacks? They're no good.
Yeah.
So why would you take one? Unless you had a quarterback whisperer here on, I would be willing to take Malik Willis if I had a guy, a coach on staff that can turn somebody from a C-grade quarterback to an A- quarterback. A lot of the Lion failures in the past have been because of coaching. But if you got that guy that can get the most out of Willis or whoever you decide is competent, then I would do that because guess what? He doesn't have to play next year. You're going to have tired-ass Jared Goff out there throwing his little 5-yard passes. I'm cool with that. And then Malik Willis or whoever you may draft is there learning the system, learning how to be a quarterback.
Terry, there's a little bit of an inside joke going on right now. Maddy, can you explain, please?
Yeah, please.
I don't know if I can.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, come on.
I didn't say anything that you can't say or that you can't repeat.
We don't give a shit about our viewership?
No, that's not what it was.
What are we talking about?
See, you can't say the S word. You can say what I wrote, though.
but I can say whatever I want to say.
That's very true. But now you're making...
Shut your bitch ass up, Darren.
There you go. So dude talking crap in the chat.
All right.
They don't
People
understand.
talk crap about me and Adam all the time.
Yeah, they don't understand.
I don't know why they would do that.
Well, we talk right back, so.
Well, you're a friendly face. I like your boots, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm going to get me a pair.
My shoe game is strong.
Right.
Back to Kayvon Thibodeau. You talk about his motor, all the character issues. We do this every year.
It's not
we
character
overcomplicate
issues to
it.
me.
It isn't, but at the end of the day, man, you need to get to the quarterback in today's NFL.
Yes,
I
sir.
think it's that simple. I don't think they need to overthink this. Now, if they want Thibodeau or the kid out of Georgia, or if Aiden Hutchinson falls at 2 and they love him, I don't give a damn. Just take an edge at number 2 and let's move on. You're building a football team right now. You have the offensive line. You have a run game. Your wide receiving core is okay. You have an up-and-comer in Amon-Ra St. Brown. Is the tight end ever going to be healthy for a full season? We're going to find out this year.
And is he going to be making so much money that you don't want him?
Yeah.
Here's I'm going to give you a little piece of advice, youngster. Come here.
I'm listening.
Be careful about reading all of those mock drafts because I read them too. They're great entertainment, but from the mock drafts I see, it's like people think they're in the back room and say, okay, how can we screw the Lions? Let's make a pick that the Lions would make under Russ Thomas. Let's make a pick that the Lions would screw up. But now you have to assume, because of Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, that the Lions finally got their stuff together. And so I love Kyle Hamilton as a safety, but not for the Lions at 2, not for the needs that they have. Now, if they already had edge rushers, if they already had Thibodeau or Hutchinson on their team, I might go for Kyle Hamilton. I might say, you know what, this dude I believe is a bad man. I got my edge rusher. I'm already Aaron Rodgers has fear in his eyes when he plays the Lions, so I'll draft him, but not now, not under the circumstances they're in right now.
Yeah, look, Terry, right now 5 of the top 7 safeties in the NFL drafted past the first round. There's value everywhere. Tracy Walker was a 3rd-round pick.
Right.
Like, it's just not a thing. We live in a world where the value of running backs has gone down. The value of safeties has plummeted. You can find value later because what you're asking them to do, a lot of players can do it. Be athletic, essentially.
That is true. But he is a guy that, because he's 6'4" and he's kind of skinny, he could maybe. He could be like Benny Blades, where he started out as a safety but moved to linebacker. Now, he bitched about it all the time, but he did it. And maybe this is another guy that could make that transition maybe 5 or 6 years down in his career, or could be closer to the line of scrimmage, could be a jack of all trades, maybe.
You willing to pull that trigger at 2? For safety / linebacker?
If I had
an edge rush.
Yes.
I think that's fair to say. I'm not opposed to that.
Because I think he's an exceptional athlete, even though he was slow in his 40 times. That scares me too, but I've seen some plays this dude is make on the field with shoulder pads on. I'm like, oh, shoot, that was straight.
Yeah, look, Terry, I have a theory. It's not a difficult one. And I try to give real life examples, Terry. I'm not trying to make all this difficult for people. Look, I may understand. I got to do this for a living. I'm sitting there looking at all the numbers, looking at all this tape. God damn it, it's a lot of work. So I'm not trying to confuse people. I think it's as simple as this, Terry. If me and you wanted to do some blow right now, could we do it?
We could not.
All right, we don't.
Unless you know something I don't know.
Well, I don't see any. Do
okay.
You? And my theory is, if you want to do some cocaine, Terry, well, you need to get some. I don't see a line of coke on this mic. I can't do it right now. I can't do a line. And what do the Lions need, and what are they missing in order to do some cocaine? They need cocaine. And in today's NFL, the cocaine is the quarterback and the edge rusher.
Man.
And damn it, they're missing an edge rusher. So, Terry, I say it as simple as this. Draft the cocaine. It's that simple. Don't overthink it. Don't try to be the smartest person in the room. If you want to do a line of blow, go to the guy you know in the corner, get some blow and do it. I'm not stopping you. Live your life the way you want to, but for God's sake, at least do the blow. And I'm not talking about the low-end shit, Terry. I'm talking that high-graded stuff.
You get that good stuff. Huh?
I'm talking about the stuff when I look at Maddy, I'm thinking I'm looking at you. That's the stuff I want.
Okay.
And that's an edge rusher for me.
All right, and that's probably going to happen, but I've read all these mock drafts. I think people are trying to be cute because, you know, the Lions try to be cute, but that's the old Lions. I'm going to assume that the new Lions are not cute. They're going to do the cocaine. When I look at Brad Holmes, when I listen to him talk, he'll do the coke. He's got like a little white thing on the end of his nose.
100% Dan Campbell would do cocaine with us.
For sure.
We invited him into the studio. There's blow on the table. 100%. Cameras off.
No, he'd be pulling out his pocket.
Oh, okay.
He said, I don't want that cheap stuff here.
Terry,
this is NFL blow.
This is interesting, though. Terry, this is really interesting because, for the longest time, it's been easy to take a baseball bat and just beat down the Detroit Lions, talk about them in a way that you don't really have optimism. And even the optimism that was being spread, it was kind of like fool's gold. It was, you're just an idiot.
Well,
I can't even take you seriously. And they've been dropping the ball for 58 years. But, again, I think in this league, you need three things. You need a good front office, you need a good head coach, and you need a quarterback. And I have questions about the head coach and the quarterback right now, but I know you can win with this quarterback because I've seen him win before. I know that if you build a team around him and have an adequate coach, you'll be able to win with him.
And real organization.
And a real organization, of course. And I think Brad Holmes is bringing that. And you know what? Even to her credit, Sheila Hamp, they're going to have to deliver before, I'm out here throwing roses at people. But they're operating differently. I think that's fair to say. That doesn't mean that they're going to win. That doesn't mean it's going to mean division titles.
For the most part, although there was a scene last year that scared the crap out of me.
What was it?
It was when they won their first game.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The lap dance, I remember.
The lap dance, and she's jumping up and down. And she said, "Isn't this wonderful?" And if I was Dan Campbell, I would have said, "No, I'm so sorry. Let me apologize for getting your first win." What was it, in October, November?
It was in November.
Yeah. Getting your first win in November. Let me apologize for that. No, this is not wonderful. This is pathetic. That's what I would have said as a coach. Because, I'm not about winning a game or two in the NFL. I'm about piecing games together and competing for a championship. But that scene scared me because it was reminiscent of when the Lions under Matt Millen, Ford Jr., and Matt Millen hugging each other after,
Roy Williams.
They're not going to go 0-16.
Roy Williams, the definition of what a Detroit Lion is.
Yeah.
You're down 42-7 in the fourth quarter. He catches a first down pass.
Yep.
First down.
That's right.
What the hell is that?
You're so extra.
And
I'm
he
not.
used to
That's
do it
exact,
all the time.
Terry,
no, that's what he did.
That's the same exact thing. I'm not joking.
Never mind.
3rd and 7, down 42-7 to the Eagles. Roy Williams on a slant route, gets the first down, gets up.
That's right.
Swear to God.
And for everybody to see.
I know you're not joking.
I was traumatized as a kid.
Clearly.
You know who else did that? Sergei Fedorov. They're getting their asses kicked by the New Jersey Devils in the Stanley Cup Finals. It's 5-0. He scores the goal to go 5-1, and they're down 3-0. He went nuts, like he did something. So it's 5-1. You lose 5-1. Big deal. I hated that too.
It drives me nuts.
Here's the thing. I talked to Roy Williams about that because I was in the locker room, and I don't know exactly what I said, but it was something to the effect of, was that a reason to celebrate? And he came up with we're in the some BS I always hear. We're in the entertainment business, and I want to fire the fans up, and you just never know. I said, dude, 42-0. You're not gonna on the first down. You're not about to turn this around. There's no such thing as a 42-point touchdown or 42-point, in that case, first down.
All right, I'm with you, man. Look, and Maddy, just to be very honest here, All right. I don't
You're
like to
not
lie.
honest.
I'm not. Look, I'm a very honest person.
I'm aware.
If anything, I just undersold the Roy Williams
Well,
celebration.
and that's what they're saying in the chat.
Are
as
they
well.
good?
Yes.
Good. At least, see, there are people who actually understand how traumatizing that was. Growing up, no matter what age you were, watching that football team.
Funky said Adam didn't even sell it as much as he should have.
Damn right, Funky.
We love Funky.
Terry, I'm traumatized
You should
by a
have
lot
thrown
of
that
things.
chair through the window.
Oh, I mean, I was
don't-
going
If
to
you're a
throw...
real
tempt
man,
him.
that's what you should
We
have
were
done.
at the bar
Don't
the
tempt
other
him, 'cause he
weekend.
will.
And I was going to throw some chairs at some hippos, but I don't think it
No,
would have
we're
done
not
much.
going there.
No? All right, we'll get to the hippo story later.
Oh,
Terry.
yeah, I love the hippos.
I got a great
I
story
heard about
for
the
you.
hippos.
Oh, you
no,
love the
no.
hippos.
Oh, yeah.
Terry
Oh, no.
loves the hippos.
That was my favorite story. I think last week was about the hippos. Because, I mean, big girls are interesting.
That's what you call them. I don't know.
I call them big girls.
No, you call them interesting. Anyways. We gotta
You call
go to
them
break.
interesting. I call them terrifying.
We gotta go to break. But, guys, opening day is on Friday.
Opening day is on Friday. We're going to be down at the Brass Rail.
Yeah, we are.
My God. Look, Spencer Torkelson hit a home run yesterday. Boy, that was nice to see. I cannot wait for the Tiger season to start, and I cannot wait to be down there with all of you on Friday for opening day.
Don't judge me.
We'll be down at the Brass Rail,
We
8
will.
to 10 a.m. live. And Big D Energy will be live from the Music Hall 11 to 1. And then, of course, the bottom line back at the Brass Rail from 2 to 4. It's going to be quite the event. The Tigers are playing. It's opening day. It's the first real opening day in 3 years. God damn it, COVID. I hate you. You guys, we'll see you in a little bit.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Baseball, beer, babes, more beer. Opening day live from Brass Rail and Music Hall Amphitheater with Woodward Sports.
While there's a lot of exciting events happening this week, there's also an opportunity to go to the Fulling Warehouse. Adam and I are still waiting for Braylon and Ryan to accept our challenge. However, we'll play without them. The Fulling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Fulling. Host your corporate party, team building event, or just come in with your family and friends. 2 ways to play, $10 unlimited, open play, or you can reserve a private lane for $120 and up to 10 people can play for just 2 hours. We have over 100 beers and the $2 mystery beer machine is a hit. Don't forget they also have multiple full bars as well. Bring in food or have it delivered and come and get your full on or check it out at fullingwarehouse.com.
Holy hell. Opening day Friday.
Yeah. It's Masters
Obviously,
Monday, by the way.
I may be a bit of a nut job. I'm going to see what Terry thinks a little bit. But, Terry, I think this is a team that contends for the Central. I know the Sox are really good. But I've got them being a close second. And to be honest with you, it wouldn't surprise me if they win it this year. But having said that.
Are you
We
worried
are
now,
similar. I think they're going to be a distant second.
Okay.
though? Oh.
But
Okay, fair enough.
Second.
Well, how excited should Detroit Tigers fans be? And on top of that, what have we made of the moves so far this offseason? You brought up Illich earlier. He did offer Correa. I want to say it was a 10-year, $270 million deal.
75.
275.
Yes. That's a lot of
And
money.
they settled for, I don't want to say settled, but, Correa's agent is obviously very greedy. They don't make a deal, whatever, move on. They get Javier Baez. They still have a ton of money to spend technically from that quote-unquote $300 million that was available, allegedly. What does this year look like? Should they be optimistic? And how do you feel about the young guys? I know Riley Green just got hurt over the weekend, fractured foot.
All right, what I'm saying, this summer, take your shirts off. Take your shirts off and go down and enjoy yourselves. I think it's going to be an enjoyable summer again. They're not going to win the Central. I think they'll be second, which, from what we've experienced the last few years, that's like gold. I don't think they're going to be close to the White Sox, but they'll be second. They'll be an above 500 team. So that's why I'm saying take your shirt off, enjoy yourself, because I think these young guns are going to be more impactful than the young guns on the Pistons or the Red Wings, because they've got some good players. They got Baez, they got Hernandez, they got good pitching, and and it's not the top of the line division. Let's be frank. AL Central's, it's all right. There's always one team that's good, but probably not good enough to win it all, and that's going to be the White Sox. Minnesota, Kansas City. We always hear this crap every year. I just read a story. Sano for Minnesota is going to tear it up because he lost 25 pounds. He got fat last year.
I always say that about Miggy every year.
Oh, no. Mickey's always in the best shape of his life every spring training. Come on, dude.
Oh, man. Look, man, there's a few things in this city that...
Now, you going to trash on them, or you feel they're going to be good?
Tigers?
Yes.
Oh, I'm all in.
All right.
I'm all in. I've done my line of cocaine with the Tigers. They got me hooked. Yeah, they got me hooked. I'm on board. I'm on board with the Tigers. I'm on board with the arms. They've got young arms. They've got a deep lineup. It's an unproven lineup, but it's pretty deep. I mean, you go 1 through 7, you're looking pretty confident. Even Eric Haas towards the end. It's going to be a good lineup. I think they're going to be productive. I think, Terry, they're going to win games unconventionally, similar to how they did last year. You're going to look at the Detroit Tigers this year, and you're going to say, how the hell they win that game? But they did. It's going to be through fundamental baseball. They're not going to commit a ton of errors on the defensive side. They're going to have good pitching. Their bullpen was actually a strength last year. And then you add the power that they're going to have this year. Now, I'm feeling good, man. And you got a shortstop that can actually throw the goddamn ball. That helps.
Mm-hmm. I know we were excited before about Riley Green.
Terry loves him.
That's the bummer. I think, at least in the short term, all we're talking about is Torkelson. I think Riley Green's going to be better.
I do too.
In the short term. When he broke his foot, I'm like, damn.
Does that change anything for you, though, like having an outlook on the Tigers?
I am a long-term thinker. So, no, it doesn't. It's an injury that he doesn't require surgery. He might be shaky for the first part of this season when he comes back, or if he comes back this season. But long term, I still think this guy has got it. He wasn't drafted number 1, so we kind of forget about him. But this is a gut feeling. This isn't, Terry, I'm a great baseball scout, and I looked at him and said, it's a gut feeling. I just have a gut feeling, but just watching him.
He was on a tear in the spring.
He's going to tear. Yeah. Spring doesn't matter.
I don't necessarily, but still, it's good to see.
Brother, I've seen dudes bat 800 in the spring, and then when it's May, it's like
trash.
Damn, why is he batting 167? 1 home run and 3 RBIs.
What do you do with Miggy?
I dropped him in the lineup.
He passed over the first base glove, which is good. Mm-hmm. His fat ass was never going to be in the on the field anyways. But regardless of the point, once he gets 3,000, then what?
A tough decision. Out of respect for Miggy, and I know you probably want to get rid of his ass. Yeah, I know that. But I would complete the process with Miggy, at least for this season. See, the thing about me, I'm not looking to get rid of him just yet. Even though St. Louis did that with Albert Pujols, and they brought his ass back to stink it up for a couple of years.
We got him making $32 million this year, $32 next year, $30 the following year, and then the final year, 2025, another $30. We're paying him either way. It's guaranteed money.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see the reason to keep him on as a player moving forward.
There is a reason to keep him, and it's for the plane rides on road trips. Miguel Cabrera, what he does now, he doesn't look at tape or film. But what he does, he gives hitting sessions to young players who want that. And my understanding is they're quite valuable. I may keep him around because sometimes you need an old head just to be around and say, son, that's not the way we do things anymore. So I think Miguel is willing to be that. So that's why I'm not totally ready to get rid of him.
I'm on board with the mentorship part. My question really isn't getting rid of him. It's what do you do with him in the lineup once 3,000 happens? Are you just playing him?
Dude, I might do it before 3,000, but I'm dropping the 6 in the lineup. But with that said, if he shows me that he belongs in a different position, I would move him up. Because a lot of times in baseball, you don't want to mess with the lineup. Because this is, I know this guy doesn't belong in the third, but I'm going to roll with it because it's going well. But with Miggy, he might be the only guy that I'm willing to really move up and down in the lineup. But my gut instinct is 6 in the lineup.
I think he's got a ton of value from a mentorship standpoint. And I'm with you dropping him in the lineup. A guy like Torkelson, you're looking at a right-handed young bat. It's his first year in the majors. You're playing with the greatest, I could argue, the greatest right-handed hitter of all time. Maybe second, depends what your taste is. But Miguel Cabrera, I wouldn't say we forget, but general media would forget just how great he was. The guy was a Triple Crown contender for almost 4 straight years.
Yes, absolutely.
He was top 3 for 4 straight years in all the major categories. He would bat .330, hit for 45, 50 home runs, and then on top of that, get you another 120, 130 RBIs.
No, that's true. But, in this town, we love the past. You, Adam, go out there in your underwear. You can get into an argument with a person out here about Al Kaline and Miguel Cabrera. They will tell you how Al Kaline is better than him. I would tell you that's not true. Miguel Cabrera is the greatest right-handed hitter in Tiger history. But, a lot of times old heads don't want to give it up to the younger generation. So you had that argument with somebody else, not with me.
All right.
Miggy was better than
I'll bring
Al
my
Kaline.
baseball bat. Speaking of which, by the way, quick, almost top of the hour, before we do, and before we transition into Mock Draft Mondays, Terry, you understand baseball writers more than anybody. Why are they just the biggest bunch of punk bitches that exist? Why is Barry Bonds not in the Hall of Fame? Roger Clemens? Why, even Kurt Schilling, you should consider. Sammy Sosa, guys that saved your sport. Jesus Christ, Terry, it drives me nuts. You said Miggy, one of, if not the greatest Tigers right-handed batter of all time. Barry Bonds, the best baseball player of all time, hands down. It's not even close in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And he's not in the Hall of Fame. He'll never be.
They are bitch asses. I have huge problems with baseball writers because mostly what they are is they're old crotchety guys, and I've got to keep the integrity of the game, so I'm not going to put in Barry Bonds or Schilling or any of these guys. And you know what else these assholes do? You can have Babe Ruth, first time on the damn ballot. Guess what? I'm not voting for him because I don't vote for somebody in the first time on the ballot. Because basically what these guys, they're old farts who think that for some reason they've got a stake in baseball and that they have to protect it from, I don't know what they're trying to protect it from, but they're protecting it from somebody.
David Ortiz got in. I don't know what you guys are talking about, cheaters.
They like
talking
him.
About somebody that...
But I like you.
Well, he's working in media now, right?
Right.
Fix that reputation. Alex Rodriguez almost fixed his reputation, and then J-Lo dumped him, and now she's tapping Ben Affleck. But anyways, that's irrelevant right now.
I think Rodriguez will get in because a lot of baseball writers like him, but there's a lot of baseball writers who think he's fake and a phony, too.
Yeah, he does come across that way. Yeah. But you know what? Maddy, I'm going to ask you for a favor. Could you tell everybody at home about our good friends at the Sports Marketing Agency?
Yes, I can. Our friends at the Sports Marketing Agency, they've been leveraging pro athletes and other notables for a decade against issues around mental health and substance abuse disorder. So with the help of NFL alumni, including Braylon Edwards, Sean Jordan has been able to save lives and take a stand against these issues. Soon coming to Woodward Sports, the Sports Marketing Agency podcast. This is the F Word series on fentanyl. If you're struggling with substance abuse or mental health, they are here to help. Go to thesportsma.com.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house.
Hello?
Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
You asked for it, and we listened. The Seafood Festival is back at Big Boy, including a Friday night seafood buffet. Catch it while you can, available at participating locations until April 24th. Also available, the new fish sandwich. We'll see you at Big Boy.
Who are the Lions taking it to? Should they move down? What move will Brad Holmes make? It's time for Monday Mock Draft on the Morning Woodward Show.
Welcome back, and thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network, also featured on The Roar on 99.1, 93.5, and 94.7 HD2. It's Mock Draft Monday.
It is Mock Draft Monday.
Bring it on.
Terry brought it up earlier.
What do
We
you?
talked about Kayvon Thibodeau.
Oh, yes.
And Terry, we'll start with your mock.
Oh, yeah.
Terry, could you tell everybody at home who you have going number 2 overall? We're just going to cover the first 2 rounds, by the way. Picks 1, 32, 34. Or excuse me, 2, 32, 34. Terry, if you'll start with the first pick the Lions have on the board.
All right. I am going with Kayvon Thibodeau.
And this is, I'm assuming,
and
with Aiden Hutchinson going number 1 overall.
Yeah, assuming Aiden Hutchinson is going number 1. See, I thought Jacksonville would not pick Hutchinson number 1, so the Lions would have whichever edge rusher they want. Now, I think there's still a chance Jacksonville can go with the offensive lineman. So if they do, I'm going with Aiden Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson definitely the play for me if he falls. But at number 2, Terry, I'm actually going to agree with you. Kayvon Thibodeau. People talk about Trayvon Walker, possibly Kyle Hamilton, Malik Willis. Guys, that is the best player arguably in the draft. Correct. And he's in your lap at number 2. At least with the highest ceiling. It's so hard to pass on him.
And it's what you need.
And it is what you need. And, yeah, you love what Trayvon Walker did in the Combine. Yeah, you love what he did at Georgia. Yeah, he's versatile. Yeah, Kyle Hamilton's going to be an impact player in the league. Fine. I don't have an edge rush. And Kyle Hamilton's pretty useless if I can't get to the quarterback. Oh, well, Adham. Terry.
Well, no.
We can line him up on the slot.
No. Here's what you're going to get. He's going to go somewhere and have a good pro career. And then you're going to get, Adham, you're a jerk. He could be a Lion. And then what you have to stick by your guns and say, not what the Lions needed at the time.
Jamal Adams, all-pro 2 of his first 3 years. What'd that do for the Jets? Nothing. They were getting fisted in the AFC East. I don't want to hear it. Jesus Christ, Terry, you're right.
I'm just trying to prepare you for what you're going to have to deal with.
I've said some stuff, Terry. I'm prepared for anything at this moment.
All right. It shows if you're a man or a mouse.
Yeah, no bitches allowed in this studio.
None.
So, no, not allowed. All right, so we agree on number 2. At 32, you throw me off. So at 32, you got the Detroit Lions selecting a wide receiver.
I do. And I understand the need for defense. But guess what? The Lions don't score points. And last year, Jared Goff turned from an awful quarterback to somebody who was competent because you got him a little bit of help. So at wide receiver. So I would do that again. I would add somebody young, somebody who can get open, and that's what I would do.
See, I don't mind the wide receiver pick, even though it throws me off, because, Terry, the league is always changing, Terry. In the early 90s, you needed an offensive line and a running back, and you could probably get to the playoffs and win your division. And then the mid-90s showed up, explosive wide receivers started to happen. You had Sterling Sharp, Herman Moore, you had Michael Irvin. Receivers started to have some value, and then it's still late 90s, early 2000s defense running game. And then the league started to shift, and they're starting to throw more and throw more and throw more. And now, 5-6 years ago, Terry, the wide receivers weren't getting paid. Well, now you pay them quarterback money almost. And it's never been more valuable. The rules have never been in favor more of a wide receiver. And the George Pickens move, I'm okay with. I'm okay with the wide receiver because at the end of the day, you need a wide receiver. Just like you need a quarterback, just like you need an edge rusher.
Right.
Those are one of the three most valuable positions outside of the offensive line.
Right, and are you going to have another season where Goff is looking back and nobody's open, and then he's doing these little 5-yard dump-offs, which is fine, it's cute, but it's not going to win you football games. So if you can get one more weapon that can maybe wiggle open, I'd go for that.
Yeah, my only concern, Terry, is what are your – I wouldn't say it's a concern. My question to you is, what are the trade options for the Detroit Lions? Before I give you my pick at 32, are you trading back at 32, or excuse me, at number 2? And let's say you just select that 2, everything's normal. You get to 32. What is it going to take for you to move off that 5th-year option contract?
First of all, I'm not trading down from 2.
Okay.
Because I've got the guy that I want. And I understand, yes, you can get extra draft capital. But I think when it's said and done, eventually Thibodeau is going to be a great player. So I'm reluctant to trade down. And here's the other thing. Every year with the Lions, I always say trade down. I sound like a broken record. Guess what? Doesn't happen. They don't trade down. At least with the high picks like this. I mean, they suck for a reason. They suck so they can get a high draft pick. So why not use it?
I don't mind it at all. Terry, my pick is a little interesting. I switched it up. I went with Kenny Pickett, quarterback out of Pittsburgh. Yeah, 32.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any of the safeties available, Lewis Sine or Jaquan Brisker. And at 34, obviously, you guys know I've done the same pick, I want to say, for 4 straight weeks now. I take Leo Chenal, the linebacker out of Wisconsin. And in yesterday's mock, there were no players I liked at 32. There just weren't. And if you're ever going to miss on a pick, the 32nd pick in the first round at quarterback, why not? Now, I think you can make the argument, Adam, why don't you take Matt Corral? Why don't you take one of the guys with maybe more of an upside? Sure, that's fine. But Matt Corral is 6'1", and unless he moves like Kyler Murray, I'm not sure how he's going to be successful in the NFL.
Be Drew Brees.
Yeah, I don't think it's Drew Brees either. Takes a special guy.
A little short guy.
Takes a special guy. He's
Pickett
only 6'1".
going to be there?
I don't think Pickett's going to be there. I think he goes 20th. I think Pittsburgh take a quarterback. I think Atlanta probably take a quarterback. Seattle possibly. So many teams that need a quarterback.
Your guy's not going to be there. Your guy's not going to be there.
Well, my guy that I want is ideally Lewis Sine at 32. That's the guy I want. I want a safety, but in the mock that I did yesterday, it was not available. So you got to take your punches and figure out what the hell you're going to do after.
All right. Well, he was available in my draft, so that's who I'm taking at 34.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. 34, you got Lewis Sine. I got Leo Chenal.
Okay.
That's the guy out of Wisconsin, linebacker, the second highest PFF grade ever given to a linebacker, Terry. Only behind Micah Parsons, who came out last year and balled. I think the Lions are needing of a linebacker. I think it's the second biggest need in this draft. I would argue over wide receiver. Because, damn it, I can't recall the last time the Lions had a good linebacker. What, Stephen Tulloch?
Chris Spielman. No, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
But Michael Parsons, people were talking crap about him before he was drafted.
Yeah, they're idiots, Terry. Can't help. I can't fix stupid.
No, not idiots. They're smart. I think bad stuff comes out about people because they're hoping he drops so I can take him. There's a lot of stuff. I have a philosophy about drafts, NBA, NFL. When I knew the least about what a team was going to do was when I was actually covering that team, because they're feeding you with so much BS. So you got to figure out, all right, what are they actually going to do, and what are they trying to get me to say about them? Because this is a game. It's a game within a game. They float stuff out. This is not just somebody in their basement floating things out. It's the team that floats things out, and then the person from the basement gets it, and then all of a sudden it's like, it spreads like wildfire.
If the reports are true, Terry, and that the Lions are, one, closed-minded, or they've closed shop on taking a linebacker, the hell they taking in the first 3 picks? You're taking an edge, so maybe you're taking 2? Maybe you're taking one at 2 and one at 32. I'm not sure what their draft strategy is, and maybe that's a good thing. But
well, last year they took multiple defensive tackles.
That threw me off.
Yeah,
I hated that.
But maybe the thinking is and at that position you rotate guys in and out.
Fair enough.
And I hear a lot of people, well, he doesn't play every down. No defensive tackle plays every down.
Not even Aaron Donald.
They
he's
take him out.
Defensive tackle / edge rusher. He lines up wherever the hell he wants.
Right, and they still take him out of games because, hey, let's face it, they are hippos.
It is
an
exhausting
tired,
position,
and they beat people up and get beat up on every play. So you got to rotate those guys, and that's what the Lions probably thinking. You need depth in the trenches.
We'll see. I wouldn't mind with the first 4 picks if they took 2 edge rushers, a wide receiver, and a quarterback. Don't care about the order.
I could live with that. I'm just not that high on the quarterbacks, and I'm not certain that the Lions could develop.
That was the question I was going to ask
somebody.
you. How confident are you that? Again, it's not costing me much to miss on a quarterback at 34 or possibly 66, even though I don't think that's realistic. But, I don't think anybody would care, Terry, even if they spent the 32nd overall pick on a quarterback and they sat him a year and then they played him and he didn't work out and then you just draft another one. But in the NFL, you got to win. And if you miss, I'm not sure if Brad Holmes will be able to make that next quarterback pick.
The problem with the Lions is they've messed up on quarterbacks, and every time you screw up on a quarterback, even at 32, it sets you back 5 years because this is going to be your guy to replace Jared Goff. And with the way the Lions have worked is they've been very loyal to their quarterbacks. Stafford had to say, "Get me the hell out of here," before they traded him. He would still be he'd be the quarterback 5 years from now if he didn't go in there and say, "You know what, I want out."
Because I'm with you. I think Jared Goff is the guy this year, and to be honest with you, Terry, I think he's the guy the following year.
He is.
That's the guy for the next 2 years. I'm 100% sold that Brad Holmes wants it to work with Jared Goff, but not only that, he needs it to work. Why? Because the Lions can do something very similar to the Kansas City Chiefs. They can build a football team. And if they win, let's say 10, 11 games year 3, well, you trade up with all the haul of draft picks that you have. You move up in the draft, and you get your guy. And let's say, Terry, they win 7, 8, 9 games this year, and they're not picking in the top 3. Oh, well, how are we going to get our quarterback, Terry? Well, you scout the quarterback you want. And if you're not able to get him at 10, 11, or 12, well, you trade the 3 first-round picks that you'll possibly have. Well, 2 next year.
That's
you
dangerous.
Trade the following one and the following one if that's your guy. And you do whatever it takes to get the quarterback you want. That's what the Chiefs did. It didn't set that 12 and 14 back. It actually took them to the Super Bowl the next year.
Okay, can we say Chiefs and Lions in the same sentence?
I know, Terry, but I'm just trying to find a way to communicate how this could work with Jared Goff as your bridge quarterback. I believe he can be your Alex Smith is what I'm saying. I think he can be the guy where this year they win, let's say, 7 games. And then year 3, they win 10 games. I think that's a serviceable job that he's done. And then you move on from him.
But you're a scary young man sometime.
Oh.
You're willing to take a quarterback this year. They're not. I don't see any Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
I don't see them either, Terry.
This year, the Lions picked the wrong year to have the number 2 pick.
Yep.
And want a quarterback because there's not a guy there that I believe is going to turn the franchise around. Malik Willis, we didn't know anything about him. And then he goes through his combine, and all of a sudden, people are like, hey, this guy is great.
They saw his dick hanging out from his shorts, Terry.
I know, but let me warn you on that. I went to a combine with a quarterback, and this guy looked terrific. And I'm watching him and said, man, this dude, I didn't know he was this tough. You know who it was? Brian Hoyer.
Oh, God.
Because in those things, you're throwing to guys you're familiar with. There's no pressure on you. You just have to show your footwork, and you're making passes that you've practiced over and over and over again. That's a very dangerous thing to look at, somebody's a little combine or a little personal workouts and just say, forget what I saw during the season. This is my guy.
Yeah, I don't understand the Malik Willis hype. Look, I mean, Terry, we see it all the time. They've got the tools. They've got the build. They've got the height, the strength, the mobility. That's not what makes you work in the NFL. Where you go and what kind of dude you are. And that's figuring out if a guy is the hardest thing in the NFL. If it was just about the arm strength and the mobility and, oh, wow, he looks so good when he runs. Every team would have a quarterback right now. Quarterback is a science that can never be proven.
Yeah, that's true. But you have the Malik Willis character issue stuff went away, if there was any, because he gave a T-shirt to a homeless guy in Indianapolis. So there you go.
Draft him number 2.
Right attitude, right there.
God, I can't believe there's people that quote-unquote work in media put out this kind of bullshit.
Or work for the NFL. Don't blame the media on everything.
Yeah. Maddy?
All right, guys, so we do have to go to break. But before words are hard. Before we go, as you know, we broadcast this show live from the headquarters of Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Birmingham. It's definitely awesome to get off the air and watch all these guys get their haircuts back here. I know Adham looks great always. He gets his haircut at Lady Jane's. I highly recommend you do too, especially if you want to look like Adham, because I do. Open 7 days a week.
I look like a crack fiend. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, they treat you like a king over at Lady Jane's. I watch them back there sitting in those comfy chairs, watching their favorite teams play, and before they know it, their hair looks wicked awesome. So walk in anytime, open from 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Oh, I'd be the best stripper.
Stop it.
I would be the best stripper. No, you couldn't tell me what I couldn't do. You give me $5. You give me $5. You know what's about to happen.
$5 holla.
That's what I'm saying. Terry, I'd be a great stripper, man.
I saw a stripper give a guy. Well, I didn't see it actually, but she gave him a
happy ending.
Happy ending. But what they did is they had all the strippers surround him,
Strippers.
so you couldn't actually see it. But my girl was down there working it.
Hell yeah.
And it cost him $500.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, everyone.
Oh, God. I love it. Terry, college basketball this weekend. Kansas, North Carolina both win. And you brought up a really interesting question. And I'll ask it for everybody at home. And, of course, I'll ask it for you because I think you have a legitimate concern. What is the difference between a Duke, a Kansas, a North Carolina, Villanova, and your Michigan State?
Wow.
What are these two programs, and these two meaning Michigan and Michigan State basketball, what are they missing?
Well, to me, with what they're missing, what I saw with all these teams that made the Final Four, they had some 6'9" brother who was buffed, was just maybe not the most skilled guy in the world, but could get what he wanted inside. Rebounds, scoring, knock people on their ass. So I think Michigan State tried to do that, but not quite big enough, strong enough, and they got beat up on the board. So what it's always different. But this year, I'm seeing the 6'9" guy with an attitude that can knock people over and, get 16, 20 points a game and 8, 10 rebounds.
Apollo Bencaro, guys like some of the better players, top-tier players in college basketball,
But not even him. What's his name? Big guy?
Yeah.
That dude,
the big guy
with the funny little braids. He's not going to the NFL. He's not going to the NBA. But in college, he just plays big and plays strong. That's what, because I think the guard play for Michigan State is good enough. But Michigan, of course, has the big fella inside, but there's no power forward.
He's meh. He plays against the Big Ten teams. He's really good. You get to
he's
the
got
tournament.
one move, but it's effective. But he's not the guy that's going to carve out space,
and he's not a rim protector, like the kid out of North Carolina. But Terry, to add to that, people in the chat are saying, well, Michigan and Michigan State basketball, the reason why they can never become that is they're not a one program or a one sport school like a Duke, like a Villanova. I don't think that needs to be the case, in my opinion. I've seen Michigan get to 2 national title games. The problem really is you got to look at the way the Big Ten is scouting, Terry. How are they recruiting players? What kind of players are they recruiting? The Big Ten hasn't won a national title since 2000.
Bam.
That seems like a conference issue more than, the program can't take that next step. Michigan, in recent years, outside of this year, up until this year, they were a basketball program because the football team hadn't done dick since 2004.
True that. But I think we also have the wrong mentality in the Midwest. I keep hearing this every year. Big Ten's the best conference in the nation. Then prove it. Prove it on the floor. I think, the Big Ten has media markets, Chicago, Detroit, New York to a certain extent, and you have a rabid fan base that believes if you see it in the Big Ten, it's got to be the best. But hasn't won a national title since 2000, and I'm tired of they beat up each other. No, that's not true. You're just not good enough. You don't have the players. And when you look at recruiting, if Duke, Kentucky, Kansas, North Carolina, if they have a guy they really want, and the Big Ten team wants that guy too, guess where he's going? Kansas, North Carolina, Duke, or Kentucky.
Well, look at the coaches, right? Tom Izzo is Tom Izzo. Granted, he's not polling what he used to, but Juwan Howard got the #1 recruiting class, Terry, and to me it didn't look like the #1 recruiting class at all.
No, it didn't.
At all. And what they're going to look like next year, the year after, you're going to have to get to multiple Final Fours before anybody talks about you as a coach and your program being elite. And you know what? You guys can rip on Coach K. You can rip on, God, how do I forget his name? The coach for Kansas. Self.
Yes.
You can't compare yourself with these guys because they've been doing it forever. They've been winning consistently forever. They're a 25-plus win team every year. They're making Sweet 16s every other year. They're going to the Elite Eight, the Final Fours. And when they get there, they don't choke it. They win it.
That's true. But do you want to go down a really dark path? College basketball, more than any other sport, I think a lot of these guys cheat.
Cheat?
Cheat.
I'm listening.
They're getting these players. They're paying them.
Absolutely.
They're doing stuff.
Well, now it's legal, technically.
Yeah, but back in the day, it
you
wasn't.
still have to have
the side bitch money.
It's got to be a side hustle. It can't be here. Here's $500,000.
So you get paid some money a month. You have money for the house.
Yeah, but this is just something new that we're talking about. I'm talking about what we've seen in the past.
Okay. So you think there's like a cult, a predetermined cult?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. All these dudes from New York, you don't think they're on the shady side of stuff?
100%. 100%.
So are you willing, if you have a program you root for, are you willing for them to go down the dirty side of the street?
Yeah. If you told me I could end up with 6 Super Bowls being a New England Patriots fan, I would do it. Give me whatever they're doing and bring it to Detroit, no problem. I don't mind if the Lions do Spygate. I don't mind if the Lions deflate some balls. Do what you got to do to win. I don't have a problem with it.
Okay. And plus the thing in college sports, if you're a big-time program, even if you get caught,
you get away with it. You do a settlement. Everyone forgets. Nobody talks about the Finger State or Michigan State, whatever you want to call them, with the Larry Nassar case.
Right. If
that
you're
whole disaster.
Northern Arizona or something like that, then
you can disassociate yourself. That's why. Well, it's not our fault. I mean, it's one dude. Whatever.
I have
you
no
don't
control
suffer for
over
it.
him.
Yeah, I didn't tell him what to do with his hands.
Yeah, like Maddy's. That's the bag woman. I can't control her.
No one can. Terry,
stop paying my players.
Terry, you have to understand, with Maddy, we invited her out to the bar. She shows up. And she gets there, she's already drunk.
Oh, I like that.
So we were attacked by hippos and she doesn't even remember. And Terry, I don't know, man. It was terrifying. I have PTSD.
I thought you were going to tell me something real scary. We invited Maddy to the bar and she's so tight. She decided not to come because I want to wash my hair.
No, Maddie's a real one. Maddie's a real one. You can always count on Maddy to A, have a drink, and B, show up.
All right, great.
May not be on time.
Hey,
but she'll be there.
I don't expect her on time. She's got a schedule.
Listen, I never show up on time.
What are you going to do?
I'm always fashionably late.
We got to talk about opening day rituals. And I got to talk to you about what the hell I have planned for opening day this week, what I've done in the past, what I did at the bar the other week.
I don't want to hear about your past.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Do I?
I pregame pretty.
Yeah, we got to get you laughing more.
It's pretty impressive. But
I'm sure it's going to be funny.
Maddy.
Yes.
I need you to tell everybody at home about Cintron.
Oh, yes. Cintron is the official energy drink of the Red Wings, proud partners with the Detroit Pistons, and exclusively served at Little Caesars Arena. Cintron World is an aspirational lifestyle beverage brand with a line of sparkling flavored energy beverages, premium bottled water, and revitalizer shots. If you're looking for premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and great taste, Cintron is your top choice. Buy online at cintronworld.com with promo code RedWings10 to save 10% with shipping included. Cintron is our favorite around here. Drink it, live it with Cintron.
Hi, I'm Kay Cunningham. Working with Hall Financial to purchase my first home was easier than I could have ever imagined. They treated me like family from start to finish. Find out for yourself at callhallfirst.com.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adham Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risk, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
Putting on a show here, and that's how you answer. We love our sports. We just wish they'd love us back. Detroit sports for Detroit sports fans. Woodward Sports.
I'd be a great stripper. I'm not backing off of it.
It's 9:29 a.m., but it's never too early to get some wings.
Oh, wings now.
Fresh,
Hell yeah.
juicy, hormone-free chicken. Wing Snob has the best traditional wings. Try out their signature sauces, Jamaican jerk or lemon pepper. Wings are tossed to perfection in any sauce that you pick. When the wings are this good, you're allowed to be a snob. Order online now at wingsnob.com. Wing Snob, we just have better wings.
Another great day
I really
for
want
wings.
wings now.
Yeah, you want wings. I want wings. You know, we can get wings. Wing Snob, take them to a strip club. That's what I'm talking about.
I promise I'll clean it up, Fish.
Maddy's just making a mess. Terry, opening day rituals. I'll let you start. You know, I'm sure you've got a lineage of stories here. But, you know, my typical opening day, it's not that eventful, but it's definitely a good time.
You just drink by yourself at home, don't you?
I'm pretty much a loner, yeah.
Yep.
But I'll go out to the ballpark, have a good hot dog,
You don't have a choice. We have a show to do.
Well, I'm not talking about
You
this
could
year.
go home after the show.
No, I can't, because I'll be there.
Oh, okay.
I'm a bad influence.
Oh yeah, I'll be
Bad influence.
I'll be intoxicated by 10:15 with Maddy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Not a crime.
it might be before the show too. Who knows? Depends how early she's awake.
Depends
I'm
on when
down.
show
I don't give a
up.
shit. What are they gonna do? Kick me out? It's my show.
I'll kick you out.
Fish, I'll
Say
shank you.
less.
Opening
Terry,
day
give me some
shake
opening
doesn't
day
sound
rituals.
bad.
All right.
And recommendations, obviously, for everybody at home.
All right, folks. Opening day. This is opening day week. I love opening day. There's some special days in my life. I still go out for St. Patty's Day. I love Cinco de Mayo and opening day. Opening day is my jam. So I like to go downtown, have a few, hang out with my people, and just go from spot to spot to spot. I discover downtown. I go to Comerica Park, and I don't sit in the seats at Comerica. You know where I go? Is it still called the Pepsi Porch? That's the spot to go, because you can still see the game. You can watch it on TV. You can get one of those couches, and you meet people and BS around. Now, one of my most eventful opening days, I ended up in your favorite country,
Oh, Canada.
Canada.
Hell yeah.
Met a cutie pie is when I was still handsome and stuff. Met a cutie pie. She invited me to Canada, so I went over.
Wow.
We hung out. And then here's the tough part.
You had to leave?
Trying to get back into the United States at 4 a.m.
Ooh. That's actually easy because there's no one
So,
there.
You're drunk.
Yeah,
You're at the border, and you don't want to get pulled over.
yeah.
So I go up. I'm sure my eyes were like little slits. I could barely see. I could barely talk. But I got lucky. When I pulled, I was petrified. I was like, this dude's gonna pull my ass over. And so I look over and say, hey, how you doing? And he says, oh. So he kind of recognized me and started asking me about the stupid Lions, which people do, and are they going to be good this year? Of course, I told him no. And so we're talking about Lions football for 3 minutes, and he just said, just go ahead. I'm like, cool. So that was one of my more eventful ones, going over there, visiting the cutie pie in Windsor, coming back at 4 a.m. or
Now, what's
stumbling
your
back at
definition
4.
of a cutie pie?
Someone that you could have sex with. Right. If you can't, she's not a cutie pie.
That's what I figured. I just wanted to make sure. All right, cool. I'm glad we
If
have
you
the
look
same
at
definition.
somebody and like, I can't do this, that's not a cutie pie.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I was at Fifth Avenue last weekend. Believe me, I know. I saw. What? What do I do?
You can't. You can't. You can't control her, so you just have to try to. You can't keep her in line. Just contain her, but you can't control her. Madison, is Maddy short for Madison or
Madeline?
Madeline. I thought
Yes.
maybe it was for Magnificent or something like that.
I mean, it could be whatever you want.
Okay, Madeline. All right,
Yes.
I like that.
I like it. Maddie, opening day ritual. What do you
Yes.
do typically outside of getting drunk?
Is there something
Anything
else I'm
else?
supposed to do?
Right. Right. You could have a slice of pizza and get drunk.
Oh, I love pizza.
Have you guys seen the Detroit Tigers' new line of food that they're going to be
I
serving
saw
at
that. It's
Comerica?
way extra.
It's extremely. I think
Nobody's gonna eat that.
But that's what baseball
To be honest, I
food
think
is.
they have the best line of food going into any venue in Detroit right now.
Are you actually gonna go there and eat that kind of stuff? Though?
I mean, I don't know. I gotta try
you know
it.
what? Yeah,
But,
screw
you
that.
know, the
Here,
food
I'm gonna
people,
play, I'm
the
gonna
food
play the
people
old
say
man.
it's good.
I'm the old man of the group. Here's what you do.
You get
go to the
peanuts and you get a
ballpark.
hot dog and you get a beer and you sit down and you shut the fuck up.
Right. That's what you do. You get your little hot dog, or I'll get the Italian sausage.
What about the crusted latte? Whatever the hell it's called. The crusted.
No.
I don't know.
A crusted
You get
latte.
a hot, no. You
I
get
don't know what
hot
the hell it
dogs,
is.
chips, and a beer. That's it. Rest of the stuff you can have. Although I got talked into those big fruity drinks. I got talked into that one time. But I'm embarrassed to carry those things around.
Yeah, no, I think it's some bitch shit.
Right. I mean, you really look like a bitch carrying it around.
What if it's a kid walking around? You calling them a bitch?
Yep.
'Cause I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm with you.
What's the worst name you can call a kid? You can't call a kid a bitch, but
Want to bet?
You can look at him like your eyes can say you're a bitch, but you're not supposed to call him that. But don't you feel less than a man when you're carrying that thing around? It's pink and green and purple and yellow and all that kind of stuff.
Well, they obviously don't care if they're carrying it around. So
I can't carry one of those things around. I did one time, and that was the last time. And they will get you lit up.
I almost broke up with my at the time fiance, now wife, because we were down in Miami. She got one of those stupid big old margarita things.
Oh yeah.
And like we were the only obnoxious couple to even consider doing it. And I'm just sitting there like trying to enjoy my normal drinks while she's like going to work on a thing bigger than me.
So you let Mama drink a whole margarita by herself?
Yeah, she do it if she wants.
A
Yeah.
whole margarita by
No,
herself.
no.
You act like that's a challenge.
No, the big one.
Yeah. Not all of it. She didn't finish all of it, but I mean, she did
'Cause
work.
you got to take a few sips.
Of course. Can't let her do it by herself.
Yeah, you can.
Some guy gave me one of the, it wasn't a margarita, it was a big Long Island iced tea, and it was like a soup bowl. I'm trying to be nice. This guy, is being nice. He's he was the bartender and stuff. So I'm gonna drink the whole damn thing. I did finish it and didn't know my name.
Nice.
Had no idea who I was.
For opening day in 2014 or 15, I was in California at the time. And I went down 30 minutes before game time, went and had a bite to eat at a sushi place, tried sake for the first time, drank way too much of it. And instead of going to the bar I was supposed to meet up with my friends at, I ended up in the middle of nowhere in downtown San Francisco.
Doesn't surprise me.
And I passed out on the sidewalk.
Also doesn't
And
surprise me.
like 4 hours later.
San Francisco downtown is nasty.
Yeah, I know.
You could have passed out and vomit, and it wouldn't have been yours. It could have been somebody else's. In San
Yeah,
Francisco.
hell if I know.
Ew.
Yeah, it was a long day.
Speaking of San Francisco, I had the best
I don't know where this is going.
ballpark food at
San Francisco.
San Francisco. They have this crab melt, and I love crab. I'm a crabby guy, but I love crab, and it was crab with cheese and a special sauce, and they toasted it.
Saucy.
Yeah, it was like $15 for the sandwich.
Expensive.
Yeah, it cost you a couple bucks. But this thing was delicious. And I wanted another one, but decided, $30 for 2 sandwiches is a little too much.
Well, I mean, it's $30 for 2 beers at any venue.
Beers are
in Detroit.
expensive. And they
Inflation
creep
kicking
up on
ass,
you.
man. Kicking ass.
That's not even inflation. That's before
Yeah,
inflation.
it's before.
Literally.
What's the beer going to be at Comerica this year?
I mean, it used to be like $8. I mean, it wasn't that ridiculous. Come on. $15. Is it really $15 now?
I don't
No,
it can't be 15.
up
There was
there.
some beer at Comerica last year that was
it's up there.
$11, pal.
Like, I'm going to be
yeah,
mad
yes.
about it, but I'm still going to buy it.
It's very
Yeah.
near the 15.
Yeah. That's
You
some
can get an
BS.
$8.50 beer at Comerica, but there's
$8.50. You heard it here first.
there's some that 11
The Terry Foster
before
discount.
inflation.
Yeah, that's why you drink your ass off before the game.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's how
I'm
you
in the
do it.
parking lot shotgunning beers, that's for sure.
You got to pre-drink.
Have to. Is that a must? Any
Yes.
game?
Must.
Any game. Doesn't matter the
Any
event.
game.
Doesn't matter playoff time. Doesn't matter.
No. Here's where our country is messed up.
Ooh.
If you go into a bar and order a beer and they say $10 or $11, you look at the bartender, what the hell is wrong with you? You might even slap the guy. You might hit them with your chair. But when you go to Comerica Park and they said $11 for a beer, you're
Here.
like, cool, I'll take 3.
Right? Literally.
So they've got us programmed that we'll pay anything at a venue.
What? Why is everyone staring at me?
Because you're like we face you every day, right?
Yeah.
And when we
You're
talk,
welcome.
we talk in your direction. Okay.
You're supposed to pay attention.
And you're supposed to pay attention.
I am paying attention to the. I'm sorry, I'm in the chat.
Tell the chat, shut the hell up.
No, it's funny.
What am I missing?
Everything.
What's going on?
I'll explain it to you in a minute.
All right. Whatever.
Anyways, we gotta go to break. But
Go ahead.
What now?
Go ahead. No, it's
What?
fine.
You look at me and you're like, do your job, and I'm like, oh, I'm trying. And then now you're trying to cut me off.
Love you too.
Love you, mean it.
Look,
Tell me
we
about
talk about
opening day.
pre-gaming, opening day, guys. Brass rail, 8 to 10.
Be there,
Morning
be
show.
square.
Be there, be squared, and be ready to drink your ass off because it'll be a good time. Are we pre-gaming or what?
I'm so glad that our show is the first one of
Are
the
we
day.
pre-gaming or what?
Hell yeah.
7 a.m.?
7 a.m.
I'm down. Terry, you want to do a drunk show?
Bam. Yes.
I'm in.
7 a.m. That's late as hell.
I'm in. Fish, you in?
I won't drink that kind of stuff, but I'll
Come on.
partake.
I'll give you a
the Mountain
raise.
Dew.
I'll give you a raise if you have one drink.
That doesn't
Hard
help.
Mountain
Nope.
Dew. Hard Mountain Dew.
Not
Hard Mountain Dew.
Nope. Nope.
Hard Mountain Dew.
No peer
All right, well,
pressure.
guys-
No. See if you can find some hooch for Fish over here.
I'll get him a stripper.
No. Hooch is a drink.
Oh.
Moonshine.
Hoochie Mama.
No, I don't want him to leave with a big
Adam
mama.
and I went in a way different direction.
I thought you were just trying to get free sex for Fish, but anyways, we'll see you guys in less than 30 seconds.
Looks like I'm staying
Story
out of
time with
American
Terry
Park.
Fish. Shut the hell up! God damn it!
Cintron is the official energy
you were
drink
talking
of the Red Wings, proud partners of the Detroit Pistons, and exclusively served at Little Caesars Arena. If you're looking for premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and great taste, Cintron is your top choice.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
I know you guys wish Adam wasn't here, but I just can't get him to stay out. So I need the help of Guardian Alarm because Guardian Alarm gets it. A good defense on and off the field helps you feel secure. Guardian Alarm has state-of-the-art technology that helps you feel safe, all with 24/7 local monitoring. Guardian Alarm also has convenient features that let you check in on your home, control lights and temperatures, detect smoke or carbon monoxide. It will even let you lock and unlock your doors. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT today. That's right, you heard Fish. 1-800-STAY-OUT. Guardian Alarm has been trusted
Stay out.
for over 90 years at keeping families safe.
Well, one of these days I'm just gonna.
Cancel me?
No. I don't know what I did to you to offend you, but whatever.
Nothing.
I see how it is. Terry,
Hey.
I gotta tell you a story.
Oh,
Okay.
Adam's
So I'm
story
fasting.
time.
All right.
And you're asking me if I can have water. I can't.
Can we?
So from 5:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. nothing enters my body.
You can't go to opening day then.
I know. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. Totally forgot.
Can we do it
Maybe I just don't
over-
do it that day.
Can we do it over under of how long
We
it
can pretend
takes?
like it's a different time of the day.
Yeah, just like we'll go in the back closet and close all the lights. That way it's like nighttime, and then start chugging beers. I'm down.
No, then you'd be cheating. You can't do that.
Can we do it?
You're
Can we do
cheating
it
the
over
religion and
under?
You're cheating yourself.
Can we do it over under of how long it takes Adam to break his fast? What'd you do last year?
Last
3
year
weeks.
I did about 2.5 weeks. And
Okay.
Then,
So this is the least miserable we're going to have to deal with you all week.
yeah, no, it gets pretty bad. Yeah, I get pretty cranky.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No water, no food.
Yeah,
nothing.
it gets
Oh.
miserable later on in the.
We're dealing with you already.
Yeah, no. It gets worse. Trust me.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
See, I've been up since 5:30 because I woke up at 5 so I could eat.
And then you...
Had a ton of water,
Yeah.
and that's it. Here I am.
So do you need me to wake up earlier and start drinking with you
Four
at
o'clock
4
pregame. I'm down.
Because we can.
You showing up at 4 o'clock to my house,
Sure.
Terry?
Oh, we can watch
No.
some rugby together. Hell yeah, let's do it.
I don't know. Look, I'm
Real
just saying.
friends will wake up with you at 4 a.m. to drink.
I'll be up at 4 a.m.
All right, so me and Maddy will be drunk by 4:30 on Friday. Terry, give me some stories. What do we got?
Story time.
Yeah, I think you got better stories than me, but
I don't think so.
I want to get more in depth to with the cutie pie that I ended up in Windsor with opening day, because opening day is just it's my holiday. I enjoy the day, and I may have been overserved that day, and you know what? In hindsight, I'm not sure she was a cutie pie because I had so many beers in me, but she was cute, you know, under the circumstances. So she said, do I have my passport? I'm like, no, I don't carry my passport around. Why? She said, I want to take you to a different country. I'm like, where are we going, Canada? She said, yeah. I'm like, no, hell no, I'm not going to Canada with you. But then I looked at her and said, no, that's cutie pie. I said, you never know what happens. So she took me to Canada. We took 2 cars, took me to her house, and we had sex all evening, which was fun. I met her little dog, so it was a great time. And we had a little wine, and then
Was the wine before or after the sex?
Both.
Okay, very good.
So
very, very good. Continue.
But then my fear was, okay, now I'm in Canada. How do I get back to the United States? So I take the bridge, and I'm drunk, but still staying between the lines. And the only thing that saved me was that I was a sports writer that the guard recognized. So like I said, he wanted to talk Lions, and then he brought up something else, and probably didn't notice that I didn't know my name. My eyes were all bloodshot and everything. He just said, just go on through. Because I know people who've been stopped for worse.
What's the worst thing you ever did to have sex? I know, but this is a very important
not
part because I have a
ready.
great story, by the way.
I flew to San Francisco and spent the weekend with a hippo.
Oh, wow.
But the hippo tricked me. Now, here's how she did it.
Tell us.
She took, I had never met her before. And I'm young, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, she took a picture wearing all black with a black background. So I didn't know where the belly started and where it ended.
Oh, my God.
And then when I got there, I'm like, oh, my God. There's a little bit more of Tiffany than I thought. But you know what? I'm a good guy. I'm not going to abandon. So I endured for 3 days.
I flew out to San Francisco to have a good, week and a half trip with my boys. And I was third wheeling one night.
Okay.
All right. And as a third wheel, you're doing everything possible to make sure that your boy gets laid.
Correct.
And Terry, I just couldn't do it. She wasn't a hippo, but, she had hippo tendencies, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's very angry. She had zero confidence. She was a boring conversation. And I wouldn't fuck her if my life depended on it. I would have rather died. So, middle of the dinner.
But do you care about the conversation?
Not really, no. I was
right.
just paying attention to her. Anyways, which it wasn't great. Anyways, middle of the dinner, I just get up, and I'm like, I can't fucking do this.
You did not walk out.
And I just walked out, and I literally looked at them in the face and said, I can't effing do this. And I just left. And I didn't talk to my friend for about a week, and then he got over it. And it was all fun and games after.
You know what? I did that before. I walked out on a blind date, and not because she was a hippo. This girl just hadn't been.
Thanks for clarifying.
How many rolls? How many rolls? That's the question.
No rolls.
Oh, okay.
No
That's
rolls.
not bad. My definition
just-
of a hippo is we're talking like tiered layers of
No.
rolls.
She just hadn't been anywhere nice.
Oh, okay.
So I made the mistake of taking her to Birmingham. So in Birmingham, it's nice restaurants and the people are cleaned up and everything. This girl here starts screaming, and takes off her shoes. Was she drunk? No. She was just happy to be in downtown Birmingham on a Saturday afternoon with some dude. So she takes her shoes off and starts screaming for joy. So I'm like, okay, we're going to go have coffee, because I can order the coffee, sit your ass down, and just walk out. And that's what I did.
Wow. Bold plan.
Hell yeah, Terry.
I like that.
I'm okay with that.
Clap it up for Terry Foster, everybody.
But I was pissed that I spent $3 for the coffee. I should have just left. But I'm trying to be a gentleman the best I can.
Did you at least get to drink the coffee?
Yeah, in my car.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
I'm driving
That's all-
home.
that's all
we
that
take the
matters.
small wins. We
We
take the small
take
wins.
coffee very seriously
Yes.
around here.
Well, guys, I got to tell you about Gypsy Vodka, the smoothest and best tasting vodka on the market. It's Michigan's vodka. It's gluten-free. And let me tell you, there's nothing better than supporting locally owned and operated businesses here in Michigan. Try it out. Ask for it by the name of Gypsy. Visit them at gypsyvodka.com. And as always, do drink responsibly.
At Wingsnob, staying humble's not our forte. We just have better wings. We're back at it again with our crispy golden brown fries and our famous boneless wings. Juicy, tender, hormone-free chicken. Your favorite signature sauces with no bone. Just when you thought Wingsnob couldn't get any better. Order online at wingsnob.com today. Wingsnob. We just have better wings.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Comerica Park, sunshine, the crack of the bat. More sunshine, warmth. We're almost there, Detroit. Summer 2022 will be the summer of Woodward sports. We just gotta make it through this damn cold first.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. It's mailbag time, everybody. So get your questions in the chat. If you whatever you want me, Terry, or Adam to answer for you.
I like this question. Which
ahead.
Detroit stadium has the best food, Terry?
Well, the best food has been torn down. It was the Palace. But right now, I would say Tigers, because they at least put something into it and they come up with creative stuff. So I don't eat it, but they
fair enough.
Probably them.
The Little Caesar slices, though, at anywhere you go, they're huge, and it's just the best thing ever.
And you know what? Here's what I don't understand. Why is Little Caesar's Pizza better at the ballpark than it is that you get at home?
You know why, Terry? They make it different at the ballpark because they know they're going to get more people eating it.
So
100%.
I was sorry,
Go ahead.
sidetracked, but I was on the energy squad for a season at the Tigers. And we literally had to inspect the pizzas before we did the showings, and it had to be the best made pizza. And I was like, can I take that one?
Now, were you one of the women on top of the dugout?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I did that.
Good for you. Were any of the girls from the Fight Night at the Joe event built like the Michelin Man? So to answer your question, I want you to imagine, you guys need to understand what the Michelin Man looks like, right? He's got the multiple roles.
Do you know what his name is?
I don't.
It's Bib or something.
Bib? Well, these were Bibs times 10.
Okay.
I'm talking, Terry, we're talking 350 pounds minimum. When they take
Some
a
big
step,
girls.
the whole fucking bar shakes. It's a scary thing. So to answer your question, Funky, let's see. What other questions do we have in here?
Do you even answer his question?
Did you see Jeff Iafrandi's question?
What's Jeff's question? I love you, Jeff.
Who deserves Rookie of the Year in their respective sport more? Mo Sider or Cade Cunningham?
Cade Cunningham.
Mo
Because
Sider.
of the criticism.
Oh.
I'm going to go Cade because of the criticism or the narrative that he shouldn't. With Sider, it's pretty clear that he's the Rookie of the Year. It's not a debate. With Cade,
Now, what's
I
the
feel
question?
it's
What was the question again?
Which is more deserved? Which of the two is more deserving
In their respective
sport?
Yeah, I think Mo Sider because he is the backbone of what Steve Eisman is trying to create. Now, Cade Cunningham is going to get more play because he's higher profile. The NBA is a higher profile sport than the NHL because you're not wearing padding. It's only 12 players, so Cade Cunningham is going to get more play. But and they're trying to build a team around him, despite what Dave Bing says. So I understand the Cade Cunningham.
I'm going to go with Cade as well. But for me, it's the fact that he owns his team, basically.
I think without Sider, that's a 5-win team. They give up 15 goals a game. I mean, I'm being dramatic here, obviously.
You're always dramatic. Move on.
All right, next question. Let's see. Cade McNamara or J.J. McCarthy for the Michigan Wolverines. I'm a J.J. McCarthy guy, and I've already made it public. If they announce Cade as the starter, I'm driving up to Ann Arbor, kidnapping him, locking him in a cage for the entire football season. And then I'll let him go when season's over.
I'm a McNamara guy because he took them. What did he do wrong? Yes, he didn't dazzle. And J.J. is the way people love him because they think he can do all these things. And he might be able to do them. But I'm telling you, I think J.J. McCartney is going to do the one thing that you can't do in football. He's going to turn that ball over because he's been told how great he is. He's not afraid to make all these ridiculous throws. Some of them will work, but some of them will result in turnovers. I think Michigan football would be better off with McNamara as the quarterback.
Yeah, but you got to live with the mistakes because
even if you lose
you're
the game,
need to be able
that?
to put up points. And I'll tell you why. Yeah, because the upside is just so different. And look at Matthew Stafford, 17 interceptions. Who cares? Who cares?
Okay.
He can make the throws that Cade McNamara can't make. You beat Penn State because you throw a 3-yard underneath route. That goes to the house because the corners and the corner and the linebacker decided to run into each other.
But it went to the house.
Of course it did.
But here's the
you
thing.
have to look at the
what
season.
if you lose that Penn State game because of turnovers?
What do you mean? What if I don't care about if they lose the game. The point is how they've won their games were in spite of McNamara. And you saw it. The game where he had the best game of his life, Michigan State. He played the best 2.5, 3 quarters he played all year. Fourth quarter came around, couldn't make a throw. They lost the game.
Okay. But my point is, if you are a turnover machine, you don't win a lot. You don't make the championship game.
Is he a turnover machine? We haven't seen him play. Is he a risk taker?
You are putting your faith in something, the unknown. You think because he's a 5-star, he's all this in a bag of chips.
You have to know because you recruited him. And you recruited him so he can go up against the CJ Stroud.
But then you had a guy that took you to the national semifinal.
And he looked like Dick doing it.
But if you don't get there, who cares?
That's not right, Terry. No way. No chance in hell. JJ
all right. You have this fantastic quarterback. He's throwing the pill all over the place. Fine, and you finish 8-3. So you're entertained, but you didn't go to the Big Ten championship.
Who gives me a better opportunity to win? And what I know is that the Michigan football team this past season was perfectly built for Cade McNamara. The defense was the sole focus. It carried them throughout the majority of the year, kept them in ball games, and that run game was phenomenal. What happens this year when you don't have Aiden Hutchinson and David Ojabo on the edge? You don't have the run game you expect to have last year. You're going to lose a majority of your weapons. Ronnie Bell, is he coming back? Not sure. When, if. I don't know how I feel about it. You're going to need a quarterback that can drive the ball downfield, Terry, that can complete a 3rd and 10, a 3rd and 8, a 3rd and 14. Cade doesn't do that. He can't throw a 10, 15-yard underneath, comeback route. He can't. He just can't deliver the ball downfield, and that will be his ultimate detriment because against Georgia, you can't throw an underneath route when Nakobe Dean is covering your tight end. You can't throw an underneath route or a dump off to the ring.
You're going to get your ass kicked against Georgia no matter who's the quarterback.
You know what? That may be the case given how that team was built that year. But I could have argued if you would have started JJ that game, you look a lot better. You actually moved the ball down the field. They didn't move the ball.
Do you know why they lost the Michigan State game? Because of JJ. JJ cost them that game.
That was not on JJ. That was on Blake Corum. It was even after the game. It was obvious. It was a run. It was a run play. Blake Corum thought it was a read action. It wasn't. It wasn't. And that was the mistake. Right. It wasn't, the quarterback, oh my God, we're being dramatic here. They lost to Michigan State because they couldn't stop Kenneth Walker, who, by the way, got cheated out of not being a Heisman candidate. And on top of that, their quarterback did dick in the 4th quarter.
If you don't make all these silly quarterback changes, Michigan probably would have won the Michigan State game.
It wasn't quarterback changes.
So
Cade McNamara was
you're
a bitching
willing
on
to
the sideline.
sacrifice wins for entertainment?
No, I'm not. I'm telling you, you can win more with a guy that has a higher upside and higher ceiling. And if you don't play him, Terry, well, then I'm sure what the hell you're doing, because I know what McNamara looks like. I know what the ceiling with McNamara is. You may get lucky and win a Big Ten title the one season that you play Ohio State in the snow, cold weather, C.J. Stroud gets pressured 15 times by your edge rusher. So many things have to come into play. If you think you're going to play that kind of football and win the Big Ten,
brother, it's the Big Ten.
It's never going to happen.
It's the Big Ten.
Never going to happen.
In November, you're supposed to play in the snow. You're supposed to play in the cold.
It's never going to happen. Not with global warming.
You know what? You young people
This is
are
how
bitches. You are a bitch. Now here's why. No, here's why.
Yes!
Here is why.
Yes!
Because growing up, the Big Ten, tough ass conference.
I don't
You
give a
win
crap.
in the snow. You win it. Now you're bitching about the cold.
Man, what I'm bitching about is
shut
that
up.
you're
Are
gonna
you
go.
serious?
No, you're gonna go another fucking 10 seasons not winning a Big Ten title because you can't get the quarterback right. And the one season that it all came together, and you had the run game, you had the
I got a
defense.
headache.
Come on, Terry.
I got a headache.
Come on.
And are you one of those guys that touts how big and bad the Big Ten is?
No, that's bullshit.
You just bitched about
no,
the weather.
what I'm telling
Adham
you
is
is
a
Michigan
bitch.
can't win playing that way consistently. They can, Terry.
Youth.
Bitches.
Bunch of
You
punk bitches.
say it. I am
Punk
a bitch. You just
So-
complain about the weather
I'm not.
for football
I'm telling
in the
you
Big
that they
Ten.
can't consistently win the Big Ten. Playing the
Jesus.
way
We
they
gotta
did.
end the show.
They play bitch football with Cade McNamara. They're not driving the ball
How many
downfield.
Big Ten titles did they win before?
You're a bitch. Terry, you're a bitch. Fish, you're a bitch. Alex,
you.
you're a bitch. Spencer, Stick, you guys are
you.
bitches too.
That's fine.
You're a bitch too, but I still like
We
your
gotta
boots.
go. Have a great day, everyone. You're a bitch. Have a great day, everyone. We love you.
Bye.
Peace.